Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It's Wednesday morning, the 16th of July. This video's a simple one. It's a warning. It's in relation to the missing siblings, 6-year-old Lilly and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan from Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia, Canada. And during my late night insomnia last night, I was browsing Facebook and I came upon this, what it calls a personal blog called 123. It's got 1.4k followers. And what directed me to it, what made me look at it, was this. This is my thumbnail that I used on my video yesterday, 21 hours ago, as I record this. There's nothing wrong with another site using a thumbnail. I don't have a problem with that. But I started to read the post, the personal blog. And this is my video. This is the transcript of my video in its entirety, apart from the introduction. You know, when I say, good morning everyone, my name is Michelle, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, that. And it starts at, it is Tuesday morning, the 15th of July. After a couple of days of covering other cases, we're going back to Nova Scotia. And look, it's the complete video transcript. Now, there's nothing I can do about this. I don't mind someone doing this. It's misrepresenting whatever this is. They've done it to my Coburger video as well. That's my thumbnail. So this quote-unquote personal blog is harvesting transcripts and thumbnails from YouTube videos and making it their own. If someone wants to pass off my work as theirs, what I would require, however, is that they at least say where they got the information from. I use other people's work. I think probably most YouTube channels use other people's work, you know, pieces from other videos, pieces from the news, reading newspapers, reading court documents, all of that stuff is acceptable and it's fine. And it's not fraud, it's not a copyright issue, as long as you're using it under Fair Use Act. It's as simple as that. And if you're going to use an entire YouTube transcript, you could at the very least say where you got it from. So I wrote here. Yes, this is my real name. If you're going to take the transcript of my entire video as your blog and even use my thumbnail, the least you can do is share the video link. So I put the video link in, but it's not shared as an active link. So they've obviously got some kind of setting on here to prevent people from posting links. And I know this is a human rather than just some kind of random chatbot, because they've been clever enough to take out my name and they've formatted it nicely. They've cut out the last few words. Can't remember exactly what I said, but they've left it with a cliffhanger. That's an open question. This is a human doing this. I'm 99% sure of it. Maybe there are some bots now that are so clever that they're able to edit stuff like this and emulate a human. Maybe, I don't know. But I had a look at some more of these posts. I was curious. And there is something far more sinister here, far more fraudulent, far more of just the absolute fakery that we're used to now on the internet. In the true crime space, on YouTube and TikTok and wherever else people get their content, there is more and more pure and simple fakery. This is not drama, right? This is not one creator going after another creator. We see that a lot. That's easy to avoid if you don't want to engage with it. But this is pure, unadulterated, disgusting fakery. So shame on this quote-unquote personal blog for sharing it, but even more shame should be directed to the person whose video 123 got this from, because this is absolutely disgusting. Let's talk about it. Alright, so this is the thumbnail from the video. I haven't cared to go and find where this video is. I could do a Google Lens search for this and I could find the video. I don't want to, honestly. But people are asking the question. Is this true? Don't think so. Just looked it up and nothing is popping up. I wrote here, BS. BS. Someone here said, please make sure you have all your facts straight before posting about these missing children. Why hasn't any news outlet said anything? I really don't believe this post at all. Because it's complete and utter fakery. Again, I don't know where this fake personal blog got this information from, but it's fake. We're going to read some of this. Shock. RCMP raid New York apartment to rescue Lilly and Jack Sullivan. Well, what jurisdiction do the RCMP have, like the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, have in New York? It's an entirely different country. It would be, I assume, the FBI and New York local cops, at the request of the RCMP, the people who actually do have jurisdiction in the United States of America, that would do the raiding. Anyway, it happened just after 3 a.m, did it? While most of Manhattan was still sleeping, an unmarked convoy of RCMP officers flanked by US Marshals. Okay, all right, we're getting the US Marshals involved, all right. RCMP might be there as a support role. All right, I've got you. Moved swiftly through the quiet streets of Lower East Side. Their destination, a modest third-floor apartment in a pre-war brick building that, until this morning, meant nothing to the outside world. It's nice flowery language. This is a good transcript. This is setting the scene really nicely. I bet ChatGPT developed this transcript. But inside, behind a locked door and heavy curtains, were Lilly and Jack Sullivan, alive. Yes, you heard that right. After more than 2 agonising months of silence, confusion, dead ends and despair, the missing children from Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia, have been found in New York City. And what unfolded in the hours before that moment is as chilling as it is miraculous. Yeah, it's that miraculous. It's a complete and utter fraud. This is nonsense. According to senior law enforcement officials, the RCMP received an anonymous tip just 72 hours ago. A voice, reportedly female, called from a burner phone and said only this: if you still want to find them, check the basement unit on Eldridge and Stanton. They're alive, but they won't be for long. The tip, vague, untraceable, and dangerously specific, set off a joint international operation between Canadian Federal Police and American authorities. Okay, they covered the bump in the first sentence. All right, I'll let them have it. Within 48 hours, surveillance teams were on site. By hour 60, thermal imaging confirmed the presence of 2 small bodies inside. Movement, breathing, a child's cough. How does thermal imaging pick up a child's cough? At 3:14 a.m. this morning, so dreadfully specific, entry was made. No shots were fired, but what officers found inside shocked even the most seasoned responders. The children were malnourished, confused. Jack reportedly asked one of the officers, "Is this the dream again?" I mean, look, this is so specific, you would think that this was real. And this is how alarming this kind of content is. Lilly didn't speak. She just ran to the window when she saw the flashing lights. They were taken immediately to Mount Sinai Children's Hospital. Their current condition is described as stable but fragile, emotionally, physically, deeply scarred. But this story is far from over, because now comes the question everyone is asking: who took them? Why New York? And who was protecting them? Authorities confirmed that a woman was taken into custody at the scene. Her identity is being withheld for now. But sources close to the investigation say the suspect may have ties to Malaya Brooks Murray, the children's stepmother. The children's bio mother. You got that wrong. And that this arrest could expose an underground network of enablers that stretches far beyond Nova Scotia. And where was Daniel Martel, the children's uncle? Oh, the children's uncle. I see. And the last known adult to see them before they vanished. He's been active in YouTube chats, defensive, erratic, often contradicting his earlier statements. Well, that's true. For weeks, he dismissed theories about abduction, insisting the children wandered off. No, he said that he thought the children were abducted. As it turns out, they didn't run away, they were taken, and someone, maybe more than one person, helped cover it up. And then there's the bigger question. Why would anyone want to hide Lilly and Jack Sullivan? Not for ransom, not for trafficking, but to keep them hidden. From whom? Okay, special effects, clock ticking, building urgency. This is ChatGPT that's written a transcript for whoever's video this was harvested from. As of this recording, forensic teams are analysing items recovered from the New York apartment. Clothing, drawings, a burner phone, surveillance tapes from nearby businesses are being reviewed frame by frame. And in Canada, investigators have returned to Lansdowne Station. Lansdowne, not Lansdowne. Although, autocorrect will do that. Because I remember on some of my videos in my description, it had put Lansdowne rather than Lansdowne. And I didn't realise for like several days. This time with new eyes, not looking for bodies, but for collaborators. Because someone knew, someone watched them go, and someone kept silent. Music shift, hopeful undertone, strings enter softly. But for now, we end this update with a rare kind of sentence in true crime journalism. Lilly and Jack Sullivan are alive. Actually, most missing people are recovered alive. Not after 2 months. I get it. Let that sink in. They are alive, they are recovering, and they are no longer missing. But this is not the end of the story. It's the beginning of the reckoning. This is disgusting. Guys, this is not true. So this is a warning to everybody. Be very careful what you believe on the internet, because there are unscrupulous people ready to convince you that something dreadful happened that is absolutely 100% not true. Lilly and Jack Sullivan are still missing. This is terrible for the people that know Lilly and Jack. This is terrible. Absolutely disgusting. So be vigilant, be mindful, and look at the facts. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts about this horrific fakery in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.